What if everything you thought you knew about the Bible was just the tip of the iceberg? Imagine if the stories that have shaped faith for thousands of years hold deeper, hidden truths, secrets so profound that they could change how you view history, humanity, and even your own beliefs. From the mysterious Garden of Eden to the apocalyptic visions of Armageddon, the Bible is filled with enigmatic passages that leave us with more questions than answers. In this series, we're going to dive into the Bible's most controversial and puzzling mysteries. You'll discover the untold truths about Adam and Eve, the shadowy figures like the Nephilim, and the cryptic prophecies that could hold the key to our future. Some of what you'll learn might challenge everything you've been taught, but keep watching, because by the end, you'll have a deeper understanding of these divine mysteries than you ever imagined. The story of Eden is one of the Bible's most foundational narratives, yet it is also one of its most puzzling. The forbidden fruit. Was it an actual fruit, or does it symbolize something more profound? Some scholars suggest that the fruit represents the knowledge of good and evil, a metaphor for the moral consciousness that came with humanity's disobedience. But why did God place the tree of knowledge in the garden, if he knew it would lead to the fall? This raises questions about free will and divine intention. Was the fall part of a larger divine plan, a necessary step in humanity's journey toward redemption? The serpent, often identified with Satan, introduces another layer of mystery. Was the serpent merely a fallen angel, or does it symbolize humanity's inner temptation and desire for autonomy? The expulsion of Adam and Eve from Eden, often seen as punishment, might also be viewed as the beginning of human history, a transition from innocence to a world where moral choices have real consequences. The story of Cain, the first murderer, presents another biblical mystery. After killing his brother Abel, Cain is marked by God. But what was this mark, and what was its purpose? While many view it as a curse, others argue that it was a sign of protection, preventing others from killing Cain in revenge. Why did God allow Cain to live and build a city, despite his crime? This decision suggests a deeper meaning behind Cain's descendants and their role in human history. Could the mark have been both a consequence of his actions and a symbol of God's mercy? The story of Cain invites us to explore the complex relationship between justice, punishment, and grace. The Nephilim, mentioned briefly in Genesis 6:1-4, are among the Bible's most enigmatic figures. Described as the offspring of the sons of God and daughters of men, they are often depicted as giants or mighty warriors. But who were they really? Some believe the Nephilim were the children of fallen angels who defied God, while others see them as a remnant of ancient myths and legends. The decision to wipe out the Nephilim with the Great Flood raises questions about their nature and influence. Did any of them survive? And if so, how do they connect to later biblical figures like Goliath? The mystery of the Nephilim touches on themes of divine justice, the boundaries between the human and the divine, and the persistence of evil in the world. Melchizedek is a mysterious figure who appears in Genesis 14:18-20 as the king of Salem and priest of the Most High God. He blesses Abraham and receives tithes from him, but little else is known about him. Who was Melchizedek? Some believe he was a pre-incarnate appearance of Christ, while others see him as a symbol of a priesthood that predates the Levitical line. Melchizedek's priesthood is considered eternal, a concept that is later connected to Jesus in the book of Hebrews. What is the significance of this eternal priesthood, and how does it relate to the new covenant established by Christ? The mystery of Melchizedek challenges our understanding of divine authority and the continuity between the Old and New Testaments. The Exodus, the story of the Israelites' escape from Egypt, is one of the most significant events in the Bible. But did it really happen as described? Archaeological evidence for the Exodus is scarce, leading some to question its historical accuracy. Yet, the absence of evidence does not necessarily mean it didn't occur. Perhaps the event was much smaller or different in nature than traditionally believed. Who were the pharaohs of the Exodus? Some theories suggest they could have been black rulers of Egypt, reflecting the diversity of ancient Egyptian civilization. The 10 plagues that afflicted Egypt may have had widespread effects, influencing not just Egypt, but surrounding regions as well. The Exodus is not just a historical mystery. It also connects to themes of freedom, faith, and divine intervention. Is there a connection between the Exodus and other ancient migrations or natural disasters? The story invites us to explore the intersection of history, mythology, and theology. The Ark of the Covenant is one of the Bible's most sacred and mysterious objects. Containing the 10 Commandments, it was a powerful symbol of God's presence among the Israelites. But where is the Ark now? Some believe it was lost or destroyed, while others claim it is hidden in Ethiopia, guarded by the Ethiopian Orthodox Church. The Ark's supernatural properties are a subject of fascination. Was it a literal manifestation of divine power, or a symbol of the covenant between God and his people? Its disappearance from the Bible's narrative is itself a mystery. What could this signify about the nature of God's relationship with humanity? The Ark of the Covenant remains one of the greatest unsolved mysteries of the Bible, inviting speculation about its fate and its role in both past and future events. The Antichrist is a figure of great intrigue and fear, central to the end-time prophecies in the book of Revelation. But who or what is the Antichrist? Is this figure a single individual, a system of evil, or a symbol of all that opposes God? The number 666, associated with the beast, has been interpreted in various ways, but what does it truly signify? Could the beast of Revelation be linked to historical figures or future leaders? And how does the Antichrist fit into the larger narrative of the end times? The mystery of the Antichrist challenges us to consider the nature of evil, the dynamics of power, and the ultimate victory of good over darkness. Armageddon, the prophesied final battle between good and evil, is one of the Bible's most dramatic and terrifying concepts. But what will it look like? Is Armageddon a literal battle, a spiritual conflict, or a metaphor for the end of the world? The location of the final battle, often associated with the Valley of Megiddo, and the forces involved, are subjects of intense speculation. Could Armageddon be a recurring event throughout history, rather than a single apocalyptic moment? How does the concept of Armageddon influence modern views on war, peace, and the future? The mystery of Armageddon invites us to explore the ultimate resolution of the conflict between good and evil, and what it means for humanity's destiny.